have a very interesting topic, accountability. So what I would like to say is how many times you have heard many people probably at work and even in the news and everything, it's not my fault or that's not my responsibility. You probably have heard it many times since the past weekend as we were having this conversation earlier tonight. But the concept of responsibility and accountability actually can transform life. They can, literally they can make the difference between life and death. While often we interchangeably use both terms, there is a powerful distinction between responsibility and accountability. Responsibility is more like the task at hand, the action that needs to be done. When somebody asks you, you are responsible for this, is that something that you need to do? While accountability is the ownership of the outcome, is the impact of those actions that are taken or even not taken. So consider, for example, this. A driver has the responsibility to operate the vehicle safely, following all the traffic laws. So when you get in an Uber, for example, or even when you get in one of these automated vehicles, the driver or the programmer of that car is accountable for the safe arrival of the passengers to the final destination. If the driver gets lost or he has in a car accident, the driver is accountable for the consequence of his actions. So accountability is more than just completing a task. It's about being answerable for the results, but good or bad. In Toastmasters, for example, this is seen in action every meeting when we are responsible of preparing and delivering even a prepared speech or an evaluation or participating in the meeting. Every member of Toastmasters is accountable to the club to fulfilling that commitment. Similarly, when an evaluator, for example, provides a feedback, it has to be responsible for offering constructive criticism and accountable for doing it in a respectful and helpful way. So taking accountability is a choice. We don't have to do it, but it's a very, very powerful choice. It means that we are stepping up, that we are owning our actions and being willing to learn from our mistakes. When we are accountable and we embrace accountability, individuals empower themselves to grow, both individual and as a member of the club. So we help our club grow at the same time that we grow ourselves. Strive to be not just responsible members, but accountable ones to this club, actively participating, shaping your own success and the success of all of you around you. So Madam President, I am going to start the meeting as Toastmaster of the evening, and I hope that I'll be accountable for my actions tonight. So I hope that we all enjoy this meeting and that we all participate. For all of you that won't have a participating role, I'm sure that toward the impromptu speakers, we will be able to participate and that we'll have a chance to be a good member of this meeting. Now, I'm going to explain again for those that are not members that these meetings are divided in 3 parts. We call it the pie. The prepared speech is the part 1, where our members, in this case only one unfortunately, are going to deliver speeches based on the projects that they are completing for communications and leadership. In part 2, which is when our members participate in the impromptu speakers, this help us learning to think and speak on our feet and become much better speakers when we are put in a difficult situation. And then part 3, which is the evaluation portion of the meeting, when we evaluate the speakers and we use that to learn and to become better speakers. So I shouldn't be saying so, for example, that's a bad habit. I will introduce our general evaluator, which remember we couldn't even have this meeting because this is the person that actually controls all the team that will help us having a successful meeting. So please let me introduce into the podium tonight our general evaluator, Madame Tammy Corr. Please, Tammy.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. I appreciate that nice introduction. You were very conscientious in being super prepared for this meeting and providing such a great distinction between being responsible and being accountable. So thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. As your general evaluator for this meeting, it is my role and my duty to evaluate the meeting as a whole. And I'm going to go a little off script here because I think for a meeting, let me back up. Last meeting, Jade Mateo did an amazing presentation on process improvements and really what I would speak to is continual improvement, continuous improvement. And I think that really is the role of a general evaluator when I was really thinking about it long and hard, is the general evaluator is here to look at every aspect of that meeting, from the time that the guests walk, the Toastmasters and the guests walk into the room, from the audio visual to the timing, those roles that don't have the evaluation that the speech is to. So I'll be looking at everything from the meeting, what happens, what doesn't happen. And then I'll be coming back to at the end of the meeting to be able to give you my report, again, in the spirit of continuous improvement and being conscientious that we're going to be a club that improves and grows as we go along. To that end, I'd like to report that I do have a team behind me to be able to make sure that the meeting does go off without a hitch. So at this point in the meeting, I'd like to introduce the roles that my team will be holding. So I'd like to introduce bear with me for just one moment. I'd like to introduce the grammarian, which happens since we have a very intimate, small meeting today due to summer schedules and lots of members off doing wonderful things. I happen to be your grammarian for this evening, so I'll do an introduction as your grammarian.
Or maybe we can ask Cyril if he will be a grammarian. So we can keep him, we can hire him onto the meeting. Cyril, we would like to make you an offer to be a grammarian tonight. Are you able to do that?
Yes, I don't promise to be the best grammarian, but I'll give you the best. I'll do the best that I can.
That's all I'm sure that your best will be good enough. That's all we need.
Thank
We
you.
don't need perfection. We just need excellence.
Cyril,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, Cyril. Yeah. So do you have the role in front of you? Maybe you can go ahead.
Yes.
Explain to us.
Yes, Cyril, I'd be happy to explain to you what your responsibilities will be as the grammarian. So you're going to be looking at the use of language. In addition to that, if there are quotes or sayings or really good uses of words that you feel are worth highlighting to club members, please feel free to do so. You will also be looking for the word of the day. So the word of the day is conscientious. And that meaning is being meticulous and careful in one's work or duties. An example of the word is, I was very conscientious in delegating tasks to the right staff during the project. What I'd like you to do is to keep track of the number of speakers that use the word of the day. And then at the end of the meeting, you'll give a report on what you pick up for grammatical, what's good and maybe what you might suggest people improve upon. And then also the number of the uses of the word of the day. Does that sound good, or do you have any questions, Cyril?
No questions for now. Thank you.
Okay, that's
Excellent.
wonderful.
Good job.
All right, thank you so much for picking up, especially last minute. That's wonderful. So now I'd like to go ahead and introduce the counter. So if you could please welcome Anthony. And Anthony, please give me the pronunciation of your last name.
No, Anthony is good. Yeah.
Anthony, thank you so much. Anthony's our counter for the evening.
Very much. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters. My name is Anthony Lale. I'll be serving as your counter for today's meeting. So as the counter, my role is to listen carefully to each speaker and take note of all unnecessary words or sound or use of crutch words, pause or filters. This includes interjections such as you, you know, so and hum. So at the end of this meeting, I'll present a brief report highlighting how often these words were used, helping us all become more aware of our speaking habits and improving our communication skills. Thank you, and I look forward to contributing to more public speaking experience for everyone. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anthony. All right, tonight I'd like to introduce our next role, which is the timer. And the timer for this evening will be
Yes,
And am I pronouncing your name correctly too? Because I want to make sure, I'm very bad, I can't,
I can.
I can't,
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
very
that's
bad at
fine.
pronouncing names, I'm so
As
sorry.
long as you don't say aching, I don't ache. I may look like that, but I don't ache. Some people call me aching. I said, no, that's the only one that I don't like. You can call me Akin. Yes, yes. All right, my name is Akin Oni, and I'm privileged to be the timer of this event tonight. I'm responsible for keeping track of the time for each segment. Like Madam President said earlier, we have the prepared speech, we have the impromptu, and then of course we have the evaluation. So the prepared speech tonight is going to be 10 to 15 minutes, you said? So at 10 minutes, there will be a red signal. Sorry, green signal. And then at 12 minutes, there will be a yellow. And then at 14, there will be a red. So you have 1 more minute. I'm just going to give you enough time so that you can finish within time, because you are the only one that will win tonight.
Okay.
So I still want you to win.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going to be 10 green, 12 yellow, and then 14 red. So you have 1 minute to actually wrap it up.
Thank you.
And then for the impromptu speeches, it's usually 1 to 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
At 1 minute, it's going to be green. At 1.5 minutes, it's going to be yellow. And at 2 minutes, it's going to be red. So you have 29 seconds. Because once you hit 30 seconds, you lost. That you've lost. And for the evaluation, it's 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, you see a green sign. At 2.5 minutes, you see a yellow. And then at 3 minutes, you see a red. So you have 29 seconds for you to wrap it up so that you can still be voted for. That is my role tonight. Madam General Evaluator, thank you so much for this privilege.
Thank you. That was a very thorough explanation. We appreciate it. All right, so I'd like to go ahead and introduce the next role. The next role is the ballot counter, and I'd like to introduce none other than our president, Jessica.
All right, so I'm also the ballot counter of the day today, and my role is to collect the ballots for when we do competition. So since I'm the only speaker, so and then Jorge is the only evaluator, so we don't need to do ballot for this two segment, but for the for the table topic, when Tosin, our table topic master, threw out the topic, then we all come and then compete, and then we will do the ballots. So for people online, you can chat, private chat on me, and then to Toastmaster. I don't have my name behind it, so just send a private chat to Toastmaster. And then for people in the room, you can write the ballots. I do have some little paper, and then you can put it on there. And then at the end of the meeting, I will pass on to the Toastmaster, and then he will announce who is the winner for the
Sure.
table master
Okay.
table topic. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Jessica.
Manage.
So that is our team
Thank you.
for this evening that will be holding the different roles to make sure that, again, the meeting goes off without a hitch. So at this point in the meeting, I do believe I turn it back over to our Toastmaster, Jorge Alba. Mr. Toastmaster, back to you.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Tammy, as I mentioned before, today we have only one speaker, but we have one of the best speakers that we have in this club.
So
We
you
have
want to share.
Jessica Son, which is our president, will be providing us tonight a very interesting speech celebrating the 11th year anniversary of our club.
Did you say 11?
Yes.
11 years, that's correct. And
You.
Jessica has been one of the members of this club in longer standing, and not only a member, she has in leadership on this club. Can I mention all the positions? Jessica, you have been secretary, you have been sergeant of arms, you have been treasurer, you have been vice president of public relations, you have been vice president of membership, you have been vice president of education, and now you are the president of this club. Good. Jessica works at Hargrove Engineer and Contractors as a project manager. She's a licensed professional engineer registered in the state of Texas and also a PMP. And as I mentioned earlier, she has been a member of this club for 8 years. And she has been pretty much in every single role in this club. So she has been the heart of this club.
Yes.
This club was founded in 2014, 11 years ago. And this club has been through a lot, especially we went through a lot of difficult times during the COVID-19. But we have many different homes, and for a while we even didn't have a home, but we landed a nice place at the Fort Bend Library University University of Houston Sugar Land campus, which it has been a very good place for us to meet. So today Jessica is doing her level 5 project in leadership development path, and the title of her speech is 11 Years Southwest Project Management Club. Let us welcome Jessica.
Thank you.
Let's see. I would like to. So let's
You
see.
need to let me see my slides.
Yeah, you will see. You will see it.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the, I need to be louder.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Okay, yes, they can hear you.
Okay,
They gave me sign here.
okay,
Go
good.
ahead.
All right.
Now
Good
you-
evening, ladies and gentlemen, and dear guests. Thank you for being here and celebrate our 11 years of the Southwest Project Management Toastmaster Club. Yes, we've been here for 11 years. Next slide, please. So yes, the club was founded in June 30th, 2014. June 30th, so just a little bit, a few days over for 11 years. And it is sponsored by PMI, Project Management International. And in the past 11 years, we have been serving the project managers and other professionals, like what I mentioned when we talked to Mr. Cyril. And originally, we had the in-person meeting at the Schlumberger Sugarland. But since COVID, we were through out of our meeting venue, so we have to meet in Zoom. And we've been trying to get back, even though the COVID situation is much better. But it took us a hard time because Schlumberger doesn't want to take us back. Didn't want to take us back. And then we have a lot of officers and also the members trying really, really hard to find us different venues like Eddie and Tosin, Kim, all these people. And eventually with helps from Jacob and Tosin, they brought us back. Jorge brought us back to the first hybrid meeting in Norway, where Jacob was worked for. So, and I mean, Jorge used to work for Norway as well. So then we were back to the hybrid meeting in 2024, May 2024, and in Norway. But because it is in kind of like center part of Houston, and our name is Southwest of Houston, so we got some different opinion that we should move to Southwest, not in the central part. So then, of course, Jorge and all the other officers try really hard and try to find another spot. And like what Jorge said, finally, we actually have meeting in Missouri City and also this city, Fort Bend Library in the Sugarland. And we really like this spot, and then our club had decided we're going to use this spot as our permanent home for now. I mean, unless we find another better spot, because we don't really want to find a spot we have to pay, right? So for this spot, but of course that brings a lot of work for Jorge, that every meeting he has to book it for us.
Yeah.
But anyways, we have a home now, and then we really enjoy it. And if we cannot book it, if there's other events in this library, then we will just do Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
So then that's our plan. Next slide, please.
Sure.
And for this club, it's been 11 years. There's a lot of achievement. There's hundreds of Toastmaster meetings. You just consider almost 20 plus meetings every year, 11 years. So it's like 200, almost 300 meetings. And there's a lot of great leaders and speakers. Like every year we have a new set of officers, the president, and then all the VPNs and other officers. So a lot of great leaders. And some of them are not with us anymore, but it's okay. As long as we keep going,
Yeah.
we have the core group here. We keep going. We will maintain our clubs and we'll keep going. And a lot of great speakers as well. So like Elena Hills, maybe some of you don't know her, but she's actually speaking is her profession now. And she's a great speaker and she do a lot of speech in PMI chapter type and more bigger event. Anthony Ally, and then Akin, of course, Jorge, Posen, all these great speakers. And there's numerous posting in social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course, our YouTube. We try to record our videos every meeting and then post it on YouTube. Then this way, people who cannot attend meeting, they can check it out what's going on. People want to learn more, listen more about the past meeting, they can go back to the video and then look at that and study. So that's all really good resource that we have. Next slide, please. And then there's awards as well. So this is by the PMI Toastmaster International. There's two types of awards. One is for membership building program. The other one is called Distinguished Club Program. So for the membership building program, we won 2 of the 3 awards. The first one is called Swelly Award, and Smelly Award is basically in the months of September and August. If we gain 5 new members, then we got that award. So we won the first one when we were chapter, the first meeting, and then the first club, first year. And then the second one in 2020, I think is the year when Abby was the president of the club. And also when the COVID time, a lot of people stay at home and they want to, they know Toastmaster, we can talk, use Zoom and all that. A lot of people join during that period. And then the next one is Talk Up Toastmaster Award. That's happens in February and March. Also gained 5 new members. That's also in the year that when Abby was the president. But Abby was also a great president and tried to promote, and her team, his team. I mean, I was the VPM at the time, and there's other people. Rafael was the treasurer, and then a lot of great leaders. I think posted Akin also. I forgot what's role at that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've lost touch now.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah, but I was
that's
there.
our history, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Distinguished Club Program, that is measured the health of this club, basically how progress, how the momentum of our program, our club, and how people keep going, the progress and all that. So you can see there's we actually there's 3 is selected club and select distinguished club and president's distinguished club. So president distinguished club is the highest award. So basically there's 10 goals. If we meet 9 or 10 goals, we will get that award. And then the second one, if we make 7 or 8 goals, then we can get awards. So every single year we get awards for the distinguished club program. That means this club is very healthy. Everybody is working together and trying to get us there. So and we want to keep doing that. So next slide, please. So this tells us more about what is a distinguished club program. And this is a screenshot in December 2024, late last year. At that time, you can see there's 4 sections of the words, there's membership, education, membership, and then training and administration. So there's 4 different areas. And then for the education, that's basically measure how many people complete, how many levels. So each level's completion. So that's at the end of last year, we have 2 goals made in the education. And then the last one was the last goal, administration. We made that as well. So that's 3 goals we made late last year. But then next slide, please. This is the screenshot I took today, but it's actually reflect what's going on in June. So we made 7 goals. So we are the selected distinguished club. So we had 4 goals made in the education part, and then all the other goals except the additional new member. I think that one we didn't make. If we have 3 new members, that we could make that one. But again, for actually we did have 2 people finish level 2, so we could take that goal, but that was Tosin and Jade last meeting. They finished level 2, but they didn't report it because they thought, oh, it won't bring us to the present distinguished club, so they want to save it to this year and then report it. Then at least we have level 2 completion at the beginning of the year. And myself, I finished level 4. I didn't report it because we have people finish level 4 and level 5. So we just try to be strategic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah, level completion.
Yeah, we might have a lot of level 4 this year there.
And then this is the personal achievement since July 2024. And you can see Tosin, Jorge, they both finished level 4 and 5 in their past. Joaquin and Rafia finished level 3. Tom and Jacob and Jade and Tosin finished level 4. So that's where those goals we made. That's from each individuals, that their hard work. And special thanks to Tosin that he finished 3 goals in 3 levels in 1 year. That's a lot of work behind it to prepare all the speech. Plus, he was the president and he has to lead the club and then make sure everybody is working functionally. And then he also take the secretary role. So that's a lot of work behind him. But we also see how much improvement he has made. Maybe 2 of you haven't seen his speech at the beginning of last year, but we all see the improvement of how you took away his notes and he's able to stand here and then demonstrate his passion, his power, and all the wonderful speech he did last meeting. So yeah, it's a lot of things behind, but it's also a lot of work related, but it's also a good achievement for himself, for his work life and work and life.
So it's yellow now.
Okay, next slide, please. So calling action. So be a Toastmaster, being active to the meeting and pathway program. Try to plan it yourself and then see how much levels you want to finish this year, and then try to attend meeting and to be a leader, right? So we all here try to improve our presentation and the communication skills, and we also want to improve our leadership skills. So this is the right spot for us to do it. And talk to someone about our club and bring them here as a guest. Or eventually, if they feel this is the right place for them, they could be a member. And of course, if we all here, we all contribute, and then 50 years is only 4 years away, right? So it's not that long. We could stay here and celebrate our 15, 20, 25 years anniversary all together. That would be a great fun. So hope we all here and then do more celebration in the future. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you very much, Jessica, and thank you very much for this tribute that you did to our club and the celebration of 11 years. Not many clubs actually achieve 11 years, and especially in kind of difficult times like the one that we have to go through. So if you can, Mr. Timer, if you can give us please 1 minute so everybody can send comments to Jessica either via online or on paper, and for those of you who are present. So please give us a minute.
Sure. What do you want to share? No,
Oh,
that's-
here,
that's-
oh, I'm sorry. Here.
Well,
Hmm?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so-
I forgot.
There's no-
Yeah. 1 minute.
1 minute. Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Since we only have one speaker tonight, I'm going to, I believe by default, will be the best speaker of the evening, but I'm going to proceed to ask the timer if the speaker qualified.
Yes, she qualified. 30 minutes and 25 seconds.
Thank you very much. So we won't need to vote tonight, obviously. But anyway, thank you very much for the great speech again, Jessica. So the next question or the next part of our meeting tonight is the so the impromptu speeches. So I am going to bring to the podium our table topic masters. Tonight is Tosin Esho, actually our past president, Tosin. So I'm not going to invite you to the podium, but I'm going to invite you to take the floor tonight. Tosin, the floor is yours.
Thanks, absolutely, Jorge. Thank you for the opportunity to serve as a Toastmaster for the table topics master for today. I have got 10 questions. So please, I would like any volunteers. I've got 10 questions, so please, you can just speak out of those 10 questions. Any volunteers? Yes, Tammy,
I'll-
please. Tammy, yeah.
Okay, time is ready.
What number?
I would have said 11, but it's only till 10 because 11 is my favorite number. So I'll go with 7.
How can being conscientious make someone a better friend? I'll repeat that question again. Number 7, how can being conscientious make someone a better friend?
This is an easy one for me. This question is perfect. Right now, I believe that being conscientious is essential to being a good friend. Conscientious is picking up on subtle cues when a friend is needing help or needing a little extra support or needing a smile, or maybe that special gift that you send in the mail is what they need for the day. Something I've been thinking a lot about, mostly because I've been failing at this. I've had a lot of friends I think need maybe more attention from me, and if I would be more conscientious and listening to the cues and the needs, the time, also being conscientious with my time. I feel like time is my enemy and that's where I fail, but I don't know if it's so much that or I don't put the time in the right place with the right activities. I waste time. We all get on Facebook or social media and flip through those reels, and before you know it, you've got an hour that's gone by. What could you have done with that hour to be a better friend, to think about what it is they might need? Send a special gift, send a note, doesn't have to cost money. This is something that again is hitting home with me today because I literally want to spend one morning being conscientious and thinking about friends and all the things that I should be doing to make them better friends and me a better friend to them. So please, I say to all of you, don't make the mistake that I did, spend that time and be conscientious. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tammy. Absolutely. It's great to be conscientious. All right. I've got 1 through 10, except 7. Are there any volunteers? Anyone that would like to take?
Hey, Sarah, Sarah, we want to.
Hi, Cyril. Hi, Cyril. What number would you like to take?
I would have chosen 7, which is my favorite number, but since it isn't available anymore, I'll take 5, which is my next favorite number.
Yeah, great, great. Thank you for being conscientious. Thank you. Would you rather be known as fun, loving, or conscientious, and why? Would you rather be known for as fun, loving, or conscientious, and why?
You're mute. You're mute.
Thank you for that question. It's a very interesting question, and I'm not sure what the answer is going to be because I'm slightly confused, or I wouldn't say necessarily confused, but it's a difficult choice for me to make between being conscientious or being a fun-loving person. But I think I need to dig deeper within myself and give what I feel would be the most honest answer. And from some self-reflection, I think my answer would be I'd rather be considered to be a more fun-loving person than being considered a more conscientious person. And the reason why I think being more fun-loving would be a better option for me personally is because if I look at the times that I've had experiences in my life that I remember that have made the greatest impact on me, it's a mixture of both, but I think it leans more towards instances where the people I've interacted with have been more fun-loving. And when I say fun-loving, not necessarily, should I say cracking jokes or always being funny, but just people that you enjoy spending quality time with, that that you enjoy being with. And the impression of being conscientious that comes to my mind is it's a good quality to have, but sometimes it borders on being too serious, being too, formal, and which sometimes helps us miss the point of what we're actually doing in life sometimes. So it's good to be conscientious, it's good to be formal when there needs to be, but I think that feeling of being slightly, funny, slightly easier to go with makes things work better, and it helps build better relationships with people, which is something I'm really very intentional about. So in answer to your question, I'd rather be considered to be somebody who is more fun-loving than conscientious, and I'm trying to be conscientious about me trying to be more fun-loving.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cyril, for that. And one of the traits of great speakers is the ability to put in some humor in their speeches. Of course, not necessarily that you have to do it every time, but if you have the opportunity to bring in some form of humor, I believe it's a great way to give speeches as well. So thank you again, Cyril, for that. I've got questions 1 through 10, except 5 and 7. Any other volunteer?
I believe we can all participate because we don't have a large
Yeah,
group.
we all need to.
I will say you pick up the next one and give the opportunity to everybody.
Fantastic. Okay, if that's the case, Jorge, you're next. What number
Okay,
would you like to
definitely.
take?
Go ahead, please. Ask the
What
question.
number would you want to take? What number? Just tell me what number.
Say it again, from 1 to what?
We have 1 to 10, except 5 and 7.
1 to 10. Number 4.
Have you ever been so conscientious that it actually caused a funny problem? Have you ever been so conscientious that it actually caused a funny problem?
Well, I don't recall, honestly, because of being conscientious caused a funny problem.
You want to take
I would
another
say
question?
probably the other way around, because being unconscious about in my actions, I end up getting into trouble or creating a situation that probably wasn't really the best. Cannot really point to anything, but normally when you are conscientious about the situation and really think about, again, not only the action, but the consequences of your actions, the result normally is nothing that you can regret. It's most of the time is the opposite when you act on impulses or don't think about what you are going to say or what you are going to do, how it can hurt other people, that you end up in a bad situation, that you are not conscious about your actions. But I won't say that that will cause a funny situation. I don't really recall being in a situation that a funny action may be the result of an unconscious action. If anything, it's mostly regret. But that's all I can really think about. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster, Table Topic Master.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jorge, for that.
I'll go
Jessica?
next.
Okay,
No,
okay, Akin, what number?
number one, please.
What's one tiny thing you do every day that shows you are conscientious? What's one tiny thing you do every day that shows you are conscientious?
Thank you very much, Mr. Table Topics Master. I thought that question number one is going to be the easiest. That was why I chose it. I would normally like to choose 1, 4, 7, or maybe 10. Okay, what one tiny thing? I wake up each day, living through my day before the day actually begins. And what that should mean to you is that I have a box of time. I must talk to Tammy at 12 noon. Between 12 noon and 12:15, I box it. I must send an email to Jessica between 4:15 and 4:30. I must do this. I must go for my 10,000 steps per day walk between this time and this time. When you do that, that is what I call being mindfully conscientious. Being intentionally conscientious. And I know that all of us, we need that in our life. You want to be successful? You all know me with KFC. It starts with accountability. How accountable are you? If you are not accountable to yourself, you'll just be living life freely without any direction. You will allow people to control your day. I don't do that. People do not control my day, and I do that with intention. Again, I just want to encourage us tonight. We're talking about accountability here. We're talking about conscientiousness. Both are great. But then it's not enough for us to just hear the word. We need to actually put action behind what we are hearing. And let's make sure we do something that will demonstrate that we are intentionally conscientious. We are mindfully conscientious, and we are not being driven by the winds of people around us. As we generally say, I don't want your lack of planning to become an emergency. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Akin, for that great encouragement. Okay, Anthony, you want to try? Please.
Yeah, sure.
We have numbers 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, and 10.
Let me choose one 10.
If we all showed a little more conscientiousness, how will the world change? If we all showed a little more conscientiousness, how would the world change?
Yes, thank you very much for the question. If we all show a little bit consciousness, I would do. Yeah, I think we just have to have we need to have passion for our fellow human beings, for our friends and family. If we have passion for them, then that would make everything great for people. We need to care about others. We need to care about our family. We need to take things seriously, and we need to support people more. If we get a lot I feel like if you get a lot of support, I feel like people are going to be, everything in life is going to be good. So I also feel like this life, we have to. It's all about support. It's all about moral support. It's all about emotional support. If you feel like your fellow human are not, need support, you support them. You don't know what people are going through. Sometimes you bond with people, you try to see what the problem is, you try to, show them support, show them moral support, show them emotional support, then we can just go from there.
Okay. Just your up.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Appreciate it. Okay, Madam President, we have questions 9,
Okay, can
8.
I take number 4? I want to answer that question.
Which one?
Number 4,
Okay.
the funny situation.
Okay, have you ever been so conscientious that it actually caused a funny problem?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So it's actually not me, it's my husband, but I will tell, it's a real life story.
Okay.
So that was back in 2014. Our whole family traveled to UK. And we decided to flew there and then drive from London to another city and then do our sightseeing. And in UK, you have to drive on the left-hand side, right? And of course, he's not used to it. But we all sit there and then drive a long way. And then we decide, he said, there's not much gas. So we need to stop at the gas station and get some gas. And I said, okay, at that time, I want to take the opportunity to go to the bathroom. So I did, and then I forgot my phone. And then I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, I couldn't find him anywhere. Inside or outside of the gas station, no vehicle, nothing. I don't know where he is, and I don't have my cell phone. I cannot contact him. And then the gas station people, they know who he is because they have his credit card. So then they know he will come back.
Okay.
But don't know where he is. So they lend their phone to me and asked me to call him. So I did. I said, where you are? And he said, oh, I'm on the highway, but I don't know how can I get back. So what happened is he tried to get the gas, but the gas station he stopped is actually for the truck, not for the car. So he cannot use that. And then he tried to back out. But then when he backed out, he was on the wrong lane. And then he has to get out. And then he's followed all the rules and he get out and back to the highway. And the 2 girls were sit behind and they start crying. Dad, Mom is not here. How can you go? But he cannot stop because he's on the highway. And then he just try to get the next step and then try to come back, and took him a long way to get back. So, but eventually he got back and being consciousness, but still caused this funny problem. So yeah, back to you. Yeah, Mr.
Thank you.
Tabletop Master.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for that funny story. You can all see all our cheeks are green and smiling from left to right. So thank you for that. At this point, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that participated today. And I'd like to hand it over to our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Table Topic Toastmasters. I would like to ask our timer if all the participants qualified.
Yes. Everyone qualified.
Okay, so I am going to ask everybody to please send a message if you are not present to the ballot counter online, or if you are present. Who's the ballot counter tonight? I forgot.
It's Jessica.
Jessica. So either send a message to Jessica either via chat for your favorite table topic.
Yeah.
And if you are present over there, you can please write it out and pass the piece of paper to Jessica.
Yeah, sure.
Jessica, are you like the host for the meeting or?
Yeah, I'm the host. I think it's
Host.
better you text me, so then, yeah.
So we send a message to the Toastmaster, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, just
no,
send it to the Toastmasters.
Just test me, my cell phone, test my cell phone.
On your cell phone? Okay, okay,
Yeah.
we can
Because
take you on your phone.
when
Okay.
Not everybody, and then we got Siri, who doesn't know yours?
Yeah, Sarah just sent me a text message to Toastmaster. And then again, a chat, yeah.
Right.
Posting and Jorge, please just test me on my cell.
I think we can continue. Do we
All
have
right,
enough
thank you
votes?
very much, Mr. Tyner. We have complete then our part 2 of our meeting tonight, the table topic portion. So we are ready now to start the evaluations.
Did you
So
get
I am
confirmed?
going to give the floor back to our general evaluator so you can introduce the evaluators.
Word.
Thank you very much,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Toastmaster. I'm excited to be able to introduce our very own Dr. Jorge Alba as our speech evaluator this evening, and Dr. Alba will be evaluating Jessica. So I will turn it back over to Dr. Alba.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Jessica, thank you very much for this really good speech as a celebration of our 11th year anniversary. You were the only conscious member, or I would even say the only conscious president of the club who ever mentioned our anniversary in the club. I don't think, as far as I remember, in more than 6 years of a member of this club, none of the presidents have even mentioned our birthday celebration as a club. Thank you very much for taking the time and to be conscious about this. I am going to follow our normal or most used method of evaluation, delivery, content, and connection. So I'm going to start with delivery, Jessica. Excellent, good use of your body language. You really were using your hands, your body, your movements to basically deliver a very great speech. And not only that, to interact with everybody over there sitting next to you and everybody over here on this side of the camera. You were looking to the audience that were sitting over there, eye to eye, and you even make eye contact, which I would say is very difficult using the camera with the people in the audience. So great connection, great vocalization during your speech, great intonation, and great content. So with this, I will talk about the content. You choose a very appropriate topic for your first speech as a president of the club. You definitely make this a special occasion. Thank you very much for reminding us of how much you have been going through in this club and that we really need to celebrate our achievements. I think I never heard of any president have to take the time to celebrate the achievements of the club, not only during the last year, as you start in a new year as a president, but also from the past 11 years. I think that was a very great topic, and you delivered it in a way that wasn't really like a speech. It was more like a conversation between friends. I feel like we were just talking right before a meeting, just chatting. It was very interesting. You made it very personal and discussed everything. And finally, in the topic of connection, you connected very well with the audience present over there. You interact with them all the time, and you interact with the people here. Even when you refer to Tosin, and then later on you refer to me, it looks like you were looking at the camera, like you were looking at us. Kind of, I think you even pointed to us with your hands, if I remember right. So very good use of the stage to use it as connection element of your speech. Very professional. It shows a lot of experience, a lot of good manage of the scenario and manage of the audience. The only thing that I would like to challenge you at this point, because it was a perfect speech, I don't have anything else to challenge you with, is really to use this speech as a marketing tool for the club. Maybe take it to a presentation to PMI so you can talk about how much of a club we have gone through and how much you can help our member achieving our goals. And also even take it to a Toastmaster meeting, maybe to our Toastmaster convention, and show how much our club has done. Other than that, thank you very much, Jessica. This was a great speech. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. One thing I want to mention, actually, I was there during the charter meeting back in 11 years ago, but I was a guest at the time.
Okay, you were a guest, okay.
Wonderful.
Some of us weren't born that time.
Such a
Some
great accomplishment.
yes.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. I believe now, do I need to make sure that the time that the speech
Yes.
evaluation, so I'm gonna call for did the speech evaluation qualify?
Yes,
For time.
it did qualify.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Timer.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So now I would like to move on to the report section of
Yeah.
the meeting. So I'm gonna call for our reports. The first report that I'm gonna call for is for the grammarian. So I will turn it over to Cyril. Thank you, Cyril.
Thank you, Toastmasters. My first grammarian report, I found the speech very, what I liked most about the speeches was the tone. I found it quite informal in the tone and slightly conversational. Aside from that, I found it very descriptive, and which gave it a very relaxed atmosphere about it. And I found that quite engaging. So that's my report. She also made one use of the word consensus, and I did take note of that. I did not notice any grammatical errors, neither did I make note of any wrong usage of any of the vocabulary. So that's my evaluation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Marion. We appreciate your report. Now I'd like to call on our up counter, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Tammy, great speech. Really, thank you for your leadership. The delivery was very okay. It was engaging. The tone was easy. I think the speech is very, very, it's very, very good. The only thing I found out was that you use "her" like 3 times, then use also "but" like like twice. So that's the only thing I found out. But everything about your speech was very good. It was very well, very professional, and the flow, everything was was very good, interactive, and it's very, very good. So.
And for our next report, I'd like to call on our timer, Jessica.
Oh, no,
Me.
Oh, sorry, again.
yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
I was reading right off.
I Okay, for the timer's report. Jessica, 30 minutes and 25 seconds. Tammy, for the table topics, Tammy, 1 minute 30 seconds. Cyril, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Ohe, 1 minute 16 seconds. Akin, 2 minutes 7 seconds. Tony, 1 minute 18 seconds. And Jessica, 2 minutes 26 seconds. For the evaluation, Ohe, 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Mr. Timer.
Yes, ma'am.
At this point in the meeting, I would like to give the general evaluator report. So please bear with me for just a moment. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the meeting, the role of the general evaluator is to, make sure that the meeting is optimized, that we're continually improving. So I'm looking at every aspect of the meeting. I'd like to start with the room setup and give props to Anthony, who was here, I think at 5:30. I saw the message come
Yeah,
through and I
that's
thought,
right.
way to go. That is like nice and early and to make sure that there's no AV problems. So thank you to Anthony for making sure that everything was set up. It's set up well. We really appreciate that. Toastmaster. Toastmaster did a great job giving the distinction between responsibility and accountability. I was about to come out here and say that they were the same, and when I heard him speak, because I was thinking of accountability as responsibility. But when I heard the Toastmaster make that distinction, I thought that was really important for the group to hear, to be able to become, you know, better Toastmasters. And one thing that I do want to point out that he said, and I know I'm not the grammarian, but I like when he said we help each other grow as we grow our club. And I thought that that was a really important thing to say. The timer did a wonderful job. Thank you so much on being as descriptive and explaining how the timing works. I think that's really critical. I think, you know, when we have new members that come in and understanding the different thresholds of when you're going to get the green light, when you're going to get the amber light, and then when you're going to get the red light is really important to understand the flow of the Toastmasters meeting. So that's wonderful. Jessica, I want to say how much I appreciated hearing about the history and understanding all of the awards. I don't think I really had time to kind of dig into that. And I don't know if there's anybody else in the room that felt the same, where understanding where we came from is really important to understand where we're going.
Yeah.
That history is crucial. And now understanding the awards, it really got me thinking, a recommendation, maybe we do one slide. This is an idea. Maybe we do one slide as a recap on the status, where each person is in their pathway. And I don't want to do that to call anybody out. It's more of like lighting a fire, like giving that passion of like, you're here, but we see you here. I know for me, sometimes I need to see that to understand I'm not making progress.
Yeah.
And if I see that meeting after meeting, I'm like, wait, I'm not progressing. I need to be able to pick up my game.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an idea that I had. And then maybe we start the year of the meeting with a goal setting, hearing what Tosin and some of the other Toastmasters have accomplished in such a short amount of time, that maybe if I would set my goals and say, this is where I want to be at the end. So maybe we either have a special meeting outside of this one, or maybe this to set goals, because then we're going to be conscientious in how we approach Toastmasters and what we want to accomplish. That's what I wrote down, and I really like that. Table topics, extremely robust. I loved how Tosin interjected that, you know, maybe when it's possible, not that we want to make it canned, but throw in a little bit of humor into your speech. I'm not a funny person. It's rare that I'm funny. And if I am, sometimes I think I'm funny and I actually will say something that's probably not appropriate. So I gotta be careful about that. But I like that was a great tip, that throwing that in. And Jessica, your story, oh, I'm still laughing. It was worth coming to this meeting just for that story alone. I think that conscientious and leading to that result was very comical. All in, I really like this meeting. I know that, you know, typically we have, you know, more attendance, but there is something special about the intimacy and the connection. And I really enjoyed this meeting for that reason. You know, every meeting I find I bring something different home with me. And this meeting was that special connection. I was really coming in that we didn't have the roles filled. And I found actually that what Akin said in the beginning, don't worry, because things are gonna kind of work out the way that they should.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this meeting, that really happened for me. I feel like I'm walking away. I'm always glad I came. And if nothing else, it has given me the desire to be more conscientious in how I approach Toastmasters and how I develop my goal setting. So thank you very much. So that's my meeting for this, my report for this evening. Thank you.
Excellent. Back to Mr. Toastmaster.
Sorry. Sorry, I got so excited.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'll turn it back to Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madam General Valero. Really, really great evaluation of our meeting tonight. We have a tradition that normally we have the time we go through, but the last few meetings, I know we haven't been able to do it, but since we have the time tonight, we are going to do my Toastmaster Why, which is basically when we give one of our members, experienced members, new members, guests, an opportunity to tell us why they choose Toastmasters, why they got involved with Toastmasters, more of a personal kind of a level of why we do things and why we choose Toastmasters. I am going to put Tammy on the spot this time. And we want to hear from you, Tammy, why Toastmaster for you and why you choose Toastmasters.
One of the biggest reasons that I chose Toastmasters is it kept coming up in different conversations. And this is not over like a day or weeks. This is actually years. I've heard about Toastmasters for a long time. Even neighbors that have been involved. I worked with Jorge, he had mentioned Toastmasters. And so it's been a seed, I think, that's been growing, and I didn't really know it. And then my profession has steered me in a direction. I really started as an executive assistant in a support role. And then I realized, and I love I love the administrative professionals. They honestly can juggle so much. There is so much that they do behind the scenes that isn't really recognized. And it's a complex, intense job because you don't always get the recognition that you deserve. So I don't want to say that it wasn't something that I really loved and grew in, but I felt like I could do more. I felt like I needed to grow professionally, get out in front of people, do more strategy, more project management, really test myself. I didn't want to stay in that role as much again as I felt like it's a good role to have. And I knew in order to take that leap, public speaking is a skill that will get you far.
Absolutely.
You need that to be viewed as a leader. I think if you can't public speak, I think people will question your leadership ability, even though they're really good leaders that may not be good public speakers. Unfortunately, they do go hand in hand. And where I really struggle, and I think where Toastmasters is already helping me, is talking off the cuff. So if I have a Q&A or there's something that comes up that hasn't been planned for, am I gonna be able to think clear enough? And that's what happened to me before is like, and I think I explained this maybe in one of the first meetings I came here, when I get flustered or I feel like I don't know the answer, it's like this garage door comes down between my thoughts and my mouth and nothing will come out. And it's a scary, scary feeling to be up in front of people. And also I get red and I still get red, but it's part of my genetic makeup, but it is getting a little bit better in that I'm able to work through it or not have it bother me as much. My why is, I think we talk about evaluating based on delivery, content, and connection, the connection. Like I feel like I've already connected with all of you in this meeting.
Yeah.
And I think that you're all what brings me back, because I feel like there's such a warmth and a genuine desire to like support you and grow. And I think that is first and foremost, and almost like the public speaking comes second. It's weird. It's like for me, the connection is first and then the public speaking kind of is coming up underneath of it. And I still have a lot of work to do. I still rely on PowerPoints. I still rely on notes, especially if it's something that I'm not comfortable talking about. So there's that growth. And again, from this meeting, I now know I have to be deliberate in making sure that I'm falling through my level, because I am falling short. I recognize that at tonight's meeting. I'm not progressing the way that I probably should be. And so just making sure that I'm spending the time, being conscientious about spending the time. Because yeah, time is short and I need to make sure I'm putting it in the right places. So that's my why. So I'll take this opportunity to thank you all for making this such a great experience. There are days, and I've said this in other meetings, where I come in and I'm like, I should be working tonight. I'm tired. I've worked all day. My mind's not there. I don't think I can deliver a speech. And then I come, and then I'm always walking out that door so glad that I did come to the meeting. So, and that's what I've reported to everybody. And I'm excited about doing more in terms of broadcasting Toastmasters and hopefully getting more people through the door.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tammy.
Yeah, just one
Thank
thing,
you, really
Mr.
appreciate it.
Toastmaster, please,
Yeah, go ahead,
just
sir.
give me 1 minute. Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir,
one
please.
thing, you suggested it.
Yeah.
And maybe putting the name of members and where they are. It's actually one of the core duties of the VPE. The Vice President of Education should be doing that. Sometimes they don't publish it, they just graph it.
Yeah.
But it's actually part of their roles, because to your point, I'm a metrics-driven Homo sapien. I need to see the metrics. You know, how am I doing? What did I plan to accomplish? Where am I now? Where am I going? And do I have enough time to achieve it? If I don't have enough time, how do I optimize the remaining time so that I achieve it? That's how we get things done. So you made a very valuable, I just want to let you know that it's actually part of the role of a VPE to publish that, meet with individuals, discuss their aspirations, their desires during a given Toastmasters program year, and then let's see how we can work together to achieve it. So yeah, but thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much again. Thank you very much again, Tammy. And you are doing great. I think you have been progressing, and you have been helping this club quite a lot. So the same way we have been
Yeah.
helping you, you have been helping all of us. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
So this basically conclude our meeting for tonight. So as I'm going to pass the baton back to our president,
Are
Madam
you going to
President.
winner?
Oh,
Are you gonna announce the winner?
yeah, before that, I guess we have to announce we have to announce our winning for the evening. So by default, we only have one one speaker. So I will say that the speaker of the evening was Jessica, definitely. We have everybody participating in the Table Topic Toastmasters. So the winner of the Table Topic Toastmasters tonight, give me a drum. It was Tammy. Congratulations, Tammy. And finally, I guess again, by default, there were only one evaluator, so I won't even name the evaluator of the evening.
Yeah, we'll stick back for you anyways.
So with this, I pass it back to our president, Madam President, Jessica.
Thank you. Let me, hold on, let me present my.
Yeah.
This one, this one. All right. So, thank you for,
Wow.
our general evaluator and also a Toastmaster and putting together such a great meeting. And, now, to the end, we want to ask our guests to give us a little thing about the meeting, talk about something about the meeting. So, Mr. Cyril, can you please tell us how do you feel about this meeting? Is he still?
Sir, for you.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for the opportunity. So, in answer to your question, what I liked about the meeting, I like the way the meeting was well organized. I like the way the agenda was made available, despite the fact that I didn't turn up on time. It was still sent to me by the table topics master, Mr. Tosin. So thank you very much for that, for being conscientious about it. In terms of the organization of the meeting, like I said before, it's well organized. I like the participatory nature of it, but my humble suggestion, I don't know how long the meeting lasts for, but other Toastmaster meetings that I go for, I'm not sure, I stand to be corrected, but I think they last for about an hour. Again, I could be corrected, but I was thinking if we didn't have as many participants in this meeting, maybe we could have reduced the time to 1 hour to, capture to give more time back to people to do other things if they had other things planned. Then 2 to 3 things that I think you all that went well was I liked the way the table topics went, where everyone got a chance to speak, and that was very participatory. So that's the feedback that I have for the meeting. Thank you all, Toastmasters.
Thank you for the feedback. But regarding to the meeting time, because some of the club they meet every week.
Yeah.
That's why you see 1 hour meeting.
Yeah.
But for us, we meet every twice.
Twice a month.
Yeah, twice a month, second and
Yeah.
fourth of the week of the month. So that's why we have the 1.5 hours. So we have been like this for the past 11 years. I don't know if we all want to change it back to.
Let me make a comment on that if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Cyril, you made a very valid point. I can't hear. I bet Madam President's point. When this club was chartered,
Yeah.
we told them that we would meet twice a month on Wednesdays, outside the mid Wednesday when the PMI Southwest is actually meeting. Because second and fourth, no PMI meeting in Southwest. But the Southwest venue of PMI, they meet on the 3rd Wednesday of every month. So that's one of the reasons. And then to Madam President's point, because we meet only twice a month, part of our charter criteria was the fact that we would meet for 90 minutes. 6:30 until 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So can we compress the meeting depending on attendees? Yes, we could. But we find out that table topic is actually an excellent failure because one of the primary reasons we are Toastmasters is just for us to be able to speak off the cuff, like you said earlier. Not so much about what you prepare. What you prepare is very important. You can talk to it and all those good stuff. But what about if you run into your CEO in the elevator and say, hey, Tammy, what do you do for us? That's 6-word question. What do you do for us? I can't tell you all how many times it has thrown even very smart guy off. I am a mechanical engineer and I went to Texas A&M, and that's not what the guy is asking you. It's very important, and that's why Toastmasters actually encourages us, if you know you don't have enough prepared speeches, fill your time that you have been approved for with table topics. And that's why we do it the way we do it. But yeah, so it's not so much about we've been doing it for 15 years. That's actually what we're approved for. And we just try to live by it as much as possible. But we recognize that. So thank you so much for the point.
Thank you, Akeem. So I will do a couple of announcements, anything? Okay.
Just wanted to mention that we have the room over there reserved for our next meeting on July 23rd. If
Okay.
you want to take note of that, please.
Okay, thank you.
So we have it reserved, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you,
Okay.
okay. So first of all, PMI Houston is our sponsor, so for all the PMP holders for attending this Toastmaster meeting, and claims PPU, 1 PPU each meeting. So that will be very good. And fellow officers, do you all have any other announcement? No. Okay. And our next meeting will be in yeah,
Okay.
so in 2 weeks from now. and,
July 23rd,
okay.
Jessica.
July 23rd,
Right.
so, okay, yeah, I just mentioned that we have the venue already booked, so we will meet here